Okay, so I'm giving away swag. I have to get through these questions really fast. So I'm going to start all over. Lavania asks, are you loyal to specific camera brand? Yes, Canon. What author would you like most likely to meet that you have not already met? Suzanne Collins or Cassandra Clare. What are you dressing up for Halloween? I'm not dressing up. I'm too old. Lexi says, if you could choose your own name, what would it be? Francesca Mackenzie. What is your guiltiest pleasure? Miley Cyrus or tiramisu if you're asking about food? Kylie's Closet asks, if you could be any superhero, what would you be? I would be somebody invisible. She asked for a name, but I don't know about a name. I'd be invisible, and I would spy on authors first, because, dude, I want to know what you're working on. So, RK Sharon says, how are you doing in school? I don't know. I have 5 more weeks. That's a good thing. Where would you go if you could travel anywhere? Hawaii, or Italy, or Greece, or Ireland? Just Me says, if there's any genre of book that you refuse to read, yes, I don't want to read chick lit, like the Click series or the A-List, no. Dog ear bookmarks, please don't ruin my books. Jill of the Owl says, if the world was thrown into chaos and you could only keep one book for yourself, what would you pick? I would pick a really thick book like City of Glass, because it's thick and it's the last one in the series and it's just lovely and so much fun. Or, yeah, that one. Stacey asks, do you believe in first sight? Maybe. Hasn't happened to me or anybody I know, so I don't know. If you weren't allowed to read any new books or keep any old books besides one, which would you pick? Old books? Anything Lois Lowry, like The Giver and Gathering Blue are one of my favorite books. Sab H asks, if you can be one dead person, who would it be and why? The person that invented the first photograph, the daguerreotype, his name is Daguerre. Flight of Minds. What inspires you? Do you know when you first started reading? If so, how old were you? I was very young, and what inspires me is books, if you're asking about photography. Books, stories, fantasy, fun stuff. Aleph Hershey's asks, if you could pick to live in any author's fictional book world, what would it be? I would pick Kristen Cashores. That would be kind of awesome. Julie asks, if you could bring one television show back from the grave, which would it be? Buffy. TJ asks, why did you start blogging? So I could talk to people about the books that I was reading, and because my friends wouldn't talk to me about them, they just didn't care, mostly, and I've gotten to meet some great people as a result of starting the blog. So it's been a great experience. Thanks, guys. Sarah says, would you rather live in a big city, in a small town, or in the middle of nowhere? Big city. Like, I would love to live in, like, Chicago, although it's kind of cold. In New York, it's kind of cold. Although it's a really great city, I would love to live there. Like, LA has great weather. So LA, San Francisco, something like that. Pirate Penguin says, what do you really think about Twilight? Really? What do I really think? I think it did a lot for the genre. For fantasy, for young adults. It's got a lot of people to read it, and a lot of adults reading YA too, so hey, go Twilight. Who's your favorite author? My favorite author, there's a list of them. Like, I love, I'm just going to list stuff that I see. Becca, Maggie, Suzanne, Diana, Laurie House Anderson, Melissa Marr, Cassandra Clare. What else do I see? Yep. Let's see. Where do you usually read? She says also where do you usually read? Let's see. At school, in a hall, on my bed, or in a bookstore on a comfy chair. Do you organize your bookshelves by size, genre, or author? I organize it like this real quick. Like finished copies, little books, books I just got, and back here, like all through it, are signed books, and then right there are all my ARCs, or books that I have for reviews. I hope that answers your question. Sorry. Come back. If you were given a chance to be the leader of the world and receive anything you could possibly desire, would you do it? No, that's a lot of responsibility, especially the leader of the world. Yeah. You could marry one character in your least favorite book. Who would you choose and why? I'm not about to name. I don't think it's very fair to name a person and say which is my least favorite book. Although It starts with the TAM. That's all I'm gonna say. Mine's easy peasy. What's your middle name? Dragonova. My dad's name is Dragon. No kidding. What book character do you most want to kill? Leviathan in this book. The Capitol. There's not really that many, like, really hateful, bad characters I don't like evil characters that I want to kill, so, or Alice, so that's what I'm about to say. Let's see, if you could swim in a pool of Jello or a pool of pudding, which flavor would you choose? Ew, gross. Have you ever started a book and just couldn't get into it and decided that you wouldn't finish it? During the summer, I was very behind, so I wasn't finishing books. Heather Zunda says, what's your favorite sound? The rain. Ellis S says, do you judge a book by its cover? Yes, 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 yes. And this book was the one book that I thought had a meh cover, but it was actually a really good story, which was her only question. I'm just going straight to the answers now. If you were trapped in a desert island, you could only bring one book with you, what would you pick? Like I said, something like Cassandra Clare's books. Just a typical book blog. What place would you love to do a photo shoot in? I'm in a garden somewhere with a girl in a beautiful dress. Yeah. Jan says, what's your favorite camera? The one I just got. Have you ever considered hanging upside down from a tree to get the perfect shot? Did you design the necklace for the beautiful creature shoot? No. Cami and Margie designed that, and I just borrowed it, and I just returned it a couple weeks ago. It was so sad, so pretty. The perfect shot upside down, who knows, maybe. I've done some crazy things, like I've been hanging on ledges and stuff, and like this close to falling into a lake, so no joke. Jessie says, if you could meet any fictional character, who would it be? Let's see. I don't know. Anybody in Melissa Mars world I would love to meet. Or Ethan. Or any of these vampires. They're kind of fun. Okay, and Katie is the last person. Is there a book that everyone else has loved that you have absolutely hated? And if so, what was it? Oh, man. I really don't know. There's usually somebody that agrees with me. How did you get into photography? I've always been interested in it and just kind of decided to do art, and photography was the easiest because I can't draw. Who's the hottest fictional character you have ever read about? Oh, Jace or Patch. But they're so different, you know. Or Ethan. I would show you the book, but I don't have it. Or Ethan. So, anyways, that's about it. And so here's my winner. If I have time to show you. Julie, you win. You get all these bookmarks and stuff. So send me your email address and your address and you'll get it. Bye.